I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness. Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field. I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system that is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent. This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain. And I would not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
Well, it may be true about his statement that it was pre-written for him, but as of 10 hours ago, this is what he's doing, pretending like he's unbothered by that $4 million that he had to pay. What's going on with all these celebrities paying these $4 million? Is that the secret number that we are unaware of, that everybody want to sue somebody for $4 million or get paid $4 million? I don't know. But again, as of 10 hours ago, this was Soulja what was doing, pretending that he's unbothered. And I also don't know how much this fool make in his tour, but this is the swag tour, so he gonna have to be doing a lot of dates and cities and stuff like that, so he can come up with this $4 million. And baby, I also heard that she ain't the only one, the Jane Doe, that is suing this fool. Even his baby mama said, I can't let y'all women, even though y'all went through, but I'm no baby mama. I got to get my coins too. Because he keep paying y'all. I ain't going to have no child support money. Baby, I ain't making light in front of the victims, but this is what I'm thinking. And I also know that a woman can't, go toe-to-toe with a man, like physically, as in fighting. But how y'all sit there and let this stick figure of a man overpower y'all? Look at him, he brought that, like I say, that he ain't nothing but skin and fucking bones. If you blow too hard, he might just fall over. But anyways, let's be serious for a minute. For the victims that was victimized by this boy, because it's not a man. Any man that does something like that, you can't call yourself a man. So I feel for you guys. I hope you guys get the therapy, everything you guys need to move on. And I know the money is gonna be good, but without the money, go get your mental check, because getting assaulted like this in a way that she said that she got assaulted, that's trauma. And you may or may not carry that trauma to another relationship. So I hope you get the peace and the healing that you need, so you can have a healthy life for you if you possibly want to get into another relationship. So this is the young lady, the Jane Doe. This is her lawyer. And let's hear what he had to say about this case.
Are consolidated in one case, because even the jurors don't necessarily believe the testimony of one victim. It's hard for them to disbelieve multiple victims. In this particular case, with respect to Soulja Boy, there were three victims. There was our Jane Doe, we'll call her Jane Doe 1. There was a previous victim who retained another lawyer, actually went forward with a lawsuit. She won somewhere between $400,000 to $500,000 in her case for an abuse allegation. Obviously, our
So we deal with this here. Soulja Boy say that these allegations is false. He did not do this. So you don't have not one, two, but three victims, and you already paid out $500,000 to the other victim. And so the other two victims, one is your baby mother, and then this last one is Jane Doe. So 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. So he come up here and lying in our face, telling us that he did not do it, even though he was regurgitating what his lawyer wrote down to him on the cell phone. If it's authentic and you didn't do it, you don't have to read what was written on your cell phone. A true innocent person, But baby, again, you already paid out $500,000 to another victim, and now you got this victim. And remind you, not your baby mother. Chuck, get your ass out of here.
Ultimately. And then we still have another Jane Doe that we would have liked to try together, both just to save the jurors time and our time, and also just to strengthen both cases because they have really similar stories. But when that motion for severance was filed to separate the cases, it was really filed at the 11th hour. The judge did grant it. So now we're in a position where we have to try her case separately, which we certainly will. We're trying to get the first available trial date. From our perspective, it's more powerful when other victims are consolidated in one case, because even the jurors don't necessarily believe the testimony of one victim. It's hard for them to disbelieve multiple victims. In this particular case, with respect to Soulja Boy, there were 3 victims. There was a jealous, disgruntled ex, essentially, and she was fabricating it because, they're no longer together. And that's really a common defense that we see in these types of cases, where they say that it didn't happen and someone has an axe to grind, either to get money or because they want to inflict some pain on an ex-boyfriend that they're no longer with. So that's why when you're handling these types of cases, either as a prosecutor or as a victim's lawyer like myself, you really want that corroborating evidence, right? Ideally, a victim makes a report to law enforcement or to medical personnel like a doctor or a hospital. That's very helpful. But even friends or family members, if they're telling their story, what happens is, under the rules of evidence, normally those conversations don't come in, they're hearsay. But if the defense accuses a victim of lying, their prior consistent statements can come into evidence to rebut that accusation. So that's what happened here. So, to the extent that our client, has text messages, has pictures and videos, has told, loved ones about what's happening, that.
And see, this is why I commend the young lady, whoever she is, because again, there are some women out there that will see a celebrity per se and go after him for his money. Will try to get in a relationship or get entwined with this person and do this and do that, and will get beat on and stuff like that just for a payout. Will put their self and their bodies through all of this just for a payout at the end of it. Not saying that was what she did, but there are a lot of women out here that is preying on celebrities, getting pregnant for them. And so her thing was that she said that she was in love with him. That's why she went back. That's why she stayed. She left her clothes at his house. I mean, it's a lot of excuses, but I'm not trying to victim blame nobody. So I'm glad that she took the proper steps into telling a family member, going to doctors, keeping her text messages, keeping her pictures. So if this was not a money grab scheme, then it is what it is. But there are women out there that does things like that. Not saying that she is. Moving on.
Corroborates her story. So it's not just a he said, she said type situation, because we know jurors sometimes can have a tough time believing that. And he said that none of this happened.
So again, let's hear what Soulja Boy had to say, because he is very disappointed in the verdict and that was delivered by his case, that the jurors was not there to witness the testimony from her being questioned by who, and who. But again, Soulja Boy, you're innocent. But this ain't the first, second, but the third woman? This is the third woman, fool. Soulja Boy, you need some some deep reflection on your lifestyle, because you constantly on here arguing with Blueface and arguing with this nigga and that nigga and that nigga, but then you take it out on the females. What's up with that? Coming in and say, what? Yeah, you arguing with this nigga, that nigga, that nigga, but you take it out on the females. Oh, no, you did not, House of Queen TV. You did not say that. Yes, I did. Who have you fought, Soulja Boy? Tell me, besides the women, what male have you fought, my guy? I'll wait. Oh, you doing the mannequin challenge. My bad, I gotta unfreeze you. You be on here tough talking, keyboard gangsta. Talking about you gonna pull up on whoop, 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 you gonna do this, you gonna do that. Now, after you press stop record, you go take all that frustration out on them women. Because we seen you crying in court. Yeah, he wanted them. He wanted them, my guy. But let's hear what he had to say again. He want us to believe his lies. He want us to believe his lies.
My case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness.
And I don't understand why when everybody getting accused of something wrongdoing, regardless of what it is they getting accused of, why they so adamant about a person coming forward with their identity? Oh, I tell you why. Because they want their fucking followers and their fans to go harass this motherfucker so they can recant their statement, get bullied, and possibly someone pull up to their fucking house and harm them, all because they are a super fan for someone that they fanning out for. Her identity, we do not fucking care. Some people may care in the sense of, I want to give her condolences. I want to say, keep your head up, we will not. Okay, that sounds good and all. But in reality, they only want the victims to come out because they want them to be harassed and bullied. You going through some bigger shit over here. The shit that you been accused of, my guy. The shit that you been accused of, and you weren't about the girl identity. Why is that a concern of ours? Yeah, we want to be nosy and say, yeah, who is the girl? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You still been accused of the fucking shit you been accused of. Like with Jay-Z bullshit he got going on. Why is it so big on y'all wanting to know this girl identity? Because y'all want to harass her. Shit, she getting harassed already enough, so the fans ain't got to do it. His other people doing it, allegedly. So that's the only reason why they don't want people to stay, their identities to stay hidden, is because they want them to be harassed and humiliated. Why you want them to be humiliated? Because you the one did the shit. Did nobody tell you to do all the shit that you did? Not to one, but two, but three females? 3 females. So they all 3 lied on you, huh? Poor Soulja Boy. Not even make you say, you stupid ass boy.
Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field.
You was not forced to face. You did it. You the one that did this shit. You could have kept your hands to your motherfucking self. I guess your mama and your dad didn't teach you better. You wasn't raised right. Even if you was raised right, you still ain't doing right. You are here because of your own doing. Take accountability. Go get the help that you need. And stop pointing a finger. Everybody's coming after me. Everybody's coming after me. No, nigga. It was you two at that house. You did this on multiple occasions. You even locked the girl in a damn closet. Until you thought she would not go and tell. You starved that girl. You want her to be skinny like you. If I don't eat because I'm doing drugs all day, you ain't gonna eat either. Allegedly. Moving on.
I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system that is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent.
No, you're not.
This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain. And I would...
What personal gain? Some women do like to bit physical harm. I don't know what's wrong. They need to get their mental check as well. But I don't know what women say, I'm going to wake up and I want to choose violence. I want to wake up, I want to get a black eye. I wake up, I want to get a bust lip. Wake up and get abused. I don't know any woman that wake up and say they want that. The man say, oh, you make me do this to you. You making me do this to you. How the fuck am I making you do this to me? Again, some women does do that. But they need to go get their fucking mental check quick. Oh, yes, it's going to be a money grab. It's going to be a money grab. You fucking think I went through all this shit just not to get paid? Oh, yeah, I'm finna get your coin for all the shit that you put me through. So, yeah, it's money involved. Because if you knew better, you do better. And next time, since you're going to pay all this money, I wonder if you're going to do it again. Because, again, your dumb ass, this is the third person, but this is the biggest payout. This is the biggest payout. But, again, we got another girl, his baby mother. And she had a child for this fool. So he's going to pay her on whatever she's seeking, plus child support. Oh, you so ignorant ass niggas.
Not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
He said he promised he gonna fight. Nah, nigga, you been doing enough fighting as it's been. You been doing too much fighting. We don't need you to fight no more. Ike Turner, we do not need you to fight no more. Go fight with them video games. Because fighting right now, Soulja, You should have been Superman. Fly away. You wish you was Soulja Boy right now, don't you? But anyways, I hope y'all guys had a wonderful, blessed day, night, even if you guys come across this content. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to do so. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, hit all, so every time I upload or go live, you guys will be notified. And thumbs up the content. And it's your girl, House of Queens TV. I will see you guys on another day. I love you guys. My kings, my queens, my crowns, my jazz, my babies. Again, thumb up, because your girl is not monetized. And by thumbing up the content, it can push me through the algorithm so other people can come in here and enjoy the content. And this right here is a shame and a scandal. A shame and a motherfucking scandal. Bye, y'all.